ready. Okay, we now making another stop. We are at the Idaho Falls Civic Center, and we've got some pretty cool things. So Ed, tell us your position.
I am the manager of the Civic Auditorium in Idaho Falls.
I grew up at the Civic Auditorium, then here it says William J. and Shirley.
It's the Civic Center for the Performing Arts, is the official name change that they did about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
What we have is the William J. and Shirley Make Auditorium. So where the seats are in here, that is the
name of the
Which
auditorium.
their name was on the Zoo Education Center as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Obviously.
And there's plaques inside. They are the ones that started this whole renovation thing possibility. So one of the biggest problems that the Civic Auditorium has is we don't have a big enough lobby when there's a whole bunch of people in here.
Yeah.
True.
The other thing we don't have is we don't have any rehearsal space.
So we're adding that.
Yeah, we're hoping to add a rehearsal space back here in the back. This is the stage itself, and this is back here behind the stage where the grass is behind the auditorium right now. And it will go down all the way down to the end of the
So it exists to what point right now? Where does it end?
The white.
The white.
The white is what exists today.
Got it.
So, and
Wait
it shows
a minute. The white?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yeah, so they're adding adding lobby onto the front.
Nearly up to Holmes.
Yes.
Wow.
Where are we right now?
We're right here where the white is. These pillars are the pillars that are behind you, where the windows are.
Yeah, that's a big lobby. That's neat.
Cool.
And it will have a second story, which will have a big meeting room in it as well.
Wow. Cool. And additional bathrooms.
Yes,
Yeah.
on both floors.
Uh-huh.
They will stay in front of the facade that's now, and the lobby will be out in front of
Oh,
that.
so you're not adding to this wall, you're gonna go up out there.
Up out there, we'll do a second level.
Wow,
and that would be
amazing.
a big meeting room up here with a men's and women's bathroom.
Wow, a sky bridge, awesome.
And would these doors be gone?
I think we'll keep the doors,
Keep the doors,
because
okay.
then if you could have a reception out in this room
Oh, yeah.
while there's something going on in here.
That's cool.
Because you could keep the
So
isolate
cool.
sound. All right, let's go back to the stage. So one of the things other things we did is we cut the wall off, because for some reason it showed in the original plans it was supposed to have a railing for the orchestra pit. And when they built it, they built the wall, and they built the wall all the way up to here. And one of the problems that we had is if you were short and then you were in the front row,
no show.
there was nothing to look through. It was just a wall. So, and the other issue we were having is you would have a lobe of like violins that were up against the wall. Their sound would kind of lobe over the first few rows of seats.
Wow.
So the first few people in the first few rows didn't hear all of the audience, all of the orchestra.
Worst seats in the house instead of the best. Look at
The
these
other
big
thing we
springs.
did during that was we added a motorized pit lift in here,
Oh,
and we also got a new orchestra shell, and you can see the cloud pieces for it, and they're on motorized batons as well. So instead of having to lower them in, flip them, and then lift them back up by hand, we can actually run them with the computer and run them in and out.
wow. That's
So-
awesome, because they lower them down for the sound to condense the sound down.
Yeah, so what we have 10 wall units that go with it that actually make it a hard wall all the way around the orchestra.
Okay.
So we have nice reflection coming off of the stage
Yeah.
out into the house. And then we also have the orchestra all the way out onto the pit, because that's one of the reasons the pit was put in, is so we could come all the way out.
Yeah. But this goes down.
It does.
Are we going to see that now?
Sure. So we can go all the way down. This used to take 4 guys in about 2 hours to do.
And we just watched it happen in 1
Yep,
minute.
in less than a minute.
So are we going to go up those curly stairs?
Yep. Okay, now if you look up, you should be able to see stairway that goes all the way up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You won't get dizzy on a stairway, Jess.
I think I should be okay on the stairway.
And if you do pass out, just, you know.
Why don't you walk behind me? Okay. Oh, I'm excited.
So here's the first landing on the stage right side of the auditorium. And this is where our batons and our arbors are over here.
Huh.
More weights.
Wow.
Lots of weight.
Can I use one of these and drop it and raise it?
What?
Sure.
That'd be
There
cool.
he goes.
You're actually going to move this set with the lights on it. So pull down.
Here he goes.
That's just not a little bit of weight you have to have. You got to probably put 80 pounds of pressure to.
Will that go down in between those?
It should.
Woo! There it went.
Look at that. That's amazing.
Brad made it look way easier at the other place.
Yeah, he was just like.
That's a lot of weight.
So, but see, I make it look easier too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a pro.
But I know what I was getting into. Some of them are heavier than others. Some of them will move almost on their own.
so
But
ironically,
it's
it's easier
pound
to go
for
up and
pound
down.
on this one.
Yeah.
So for every pound I have on the batten, I have to have a pound of counterweight on this side.
Yeah.
On the double purchase, so this one here is a double purchase. For every pound I have on that side, I have to have 2 pounds on this side in order to move it. If you look up on top of the arbor, you see individual cables.
Yeah.
There are 5 of them. They go up to the top, over, and then they drop in the 5 spots where you see cables
Oh, wow.
across there.
So complicated.
So the furthest one is longer than the nearest one,
Yeah.
but they all move together.
Wow.
So,
All right.
all right, let's keep going up.
All right. I need to get a season pass to this place.
I told you it would take
I gotta
you some
hold
time.
on to something. Come on, Jess, crawl over.
Yeah, so like I said before, there's 5 or 7 lines on every batten, depending on where they're at and what they have to lift.
And there's no weak spot on any of this.
Well, yes, there is, because it's a different load if I put a bar here like that, or if I put it across this beam. There's different amounts of weight I can put on them
For
there.
like a human to stand on it.
Oh no, you'll never go through.
Come on, Jess. This is weird for me.
I don't think I can do it.
I mean, that's so far down there.
And you can see the motorized battens, or the motorized.
How many motorized? You had 3 motorized. Are those
3
just
of
for the
them.
really heavy ones?
They're the orchestra shell that we
Oh,
have
the
right
shells.
there.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is amazing.
This is cool.
So has this always been here, or was this added sometime?
Nope, this was original to the building.
When was the Civic built?
Completed in 1953.
Wow.
So 1953.
You are at the top of the Civic Center.
I shouldn't have to feel like I have to hold on to something, but mentally, my body says this is danger.
That to something else.
Oops.
My knees are shaking. Okay, down we go.
Let's go this way
Oh, okay.
for just a minute. So here would be the brains of the lighting system right here. This is our lighting rack. So
Wow.
each of these
Wow.
controls 2 circuits, and they have breakers to turn them on and off, and then they have electronics to control them and ramp them up and down.
Wow.
So this is our dimmer rack that we installed 2 years ago.
Wow. That's fancy.
So this goes actually behind the speaker wings.
Oh.
Here's the speakers for the auditorium. And then we
wow.
have, you can actually see the seats out here.
Yeah. It's
looking
a screen.
Here are lights that point down towards the stage. This is considered the box boom location.
Does someone have to be in here, or they run it all by computer?
Run it all by computer. All right,
All right. Where are we? How high are we going?
to there.
Okay, Tommy, check this out. This is pretty cool. And these are called the Orchestra.
These are the wall pieces for the orchestra shell.
Wow.
On that cable.
Hanging from the chain motor up here.
On one cable?
On one chain, yes.
Just one.
Just one at a time.
And then he drops it down, grabs the other one.
Takes us about an hour to do all 10.
Jeez.
Wow.
By one.
Holy Nelly.
Oh, she was so jumpy.
I'm the one that's getting crushed by this. I can feel it. Wow.
So yeah, we'll come up here and we'll lift them up. Just lift them off.
Go put your toe
And then
over
that rope right there, one side will move it out, one side moves it
there.
in,
Ah, okay.
and that will travel the motor out.
All the way to the other side.
No,
No.
it only goes
Oh,
out.
it only goes right there.
Oh, and
And
then you
once
got
it's
a
down
mover
there, then you gotta
around
put
her
it on
down
this and
there.
We
you
have
gotta-
another mover down on the floor.
Wow.
1 hour to do all these.
Yep. Now we're gonna go this way. Our spotlights are all the way at the top of the auditorium. All the way to the back.
1967. Looks like it was written yesterday.
So we're over the audience, basically.
Yes. Yeah, you're over top of the seats.
So does someone stay up here, or is this all run?
This is all run from the light booth.
This
They'll
one?
give me a light plot,
Yeah.
hopefully, that they and where they want the specials to be ahead of time,
Okay.
because these all have to be aimed ahead of time,
Yeah.
and then we can turn the circuits on, individual circuits on
your
from the
map?
computer.
Is
Yep.
this your map to the dimmers?
Yep. That's what dimmer they are.
You know, people come here and they think, these musicians have trained so hard to play their violin. There's a lot more behind the scenes than just listen to the violin.
Yeah. Depending on the show, there'll be probably up to as much as 20 hours of light set and prep
Wow.
before a performance.
Well, thank you, Ed. This was enlightening. It was enlightening. I went all the way to the top, and that was something for me. So that was pretty cool. Thank you so much for showing it. And I hope everyone...
About as speechless as you've ever been.
Yeah, I was just going to hold on to that rafter as long as I possibly could. Thank you again.
No problem.
Okay, all
Come
right.
back anytime.
On to
Let's
the
see what's
one.
next.
The Knowsy Neighbors keeping you in the know.
So the nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
The nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
Nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
The nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
Nosy neighbors keeping you in the know.
The nosy neighbors are going to keep you in the know.